Hi guys, it's been quite a while. I've missed you. I just wanted to say hello today, and I always promised you that if there was anything on our agenda that was even remotely complicated, I would go over it. So today we're going to talk about unemployment. And unemployment certainly isn't, what's the correct word? It isn't complicated, but there are several types of different unemployment. So the very first thing I want to cover, and what this video is going to be, I guess, for today, is about the different types of unemployment that we have. So we study three in our chapter, or three main ones in our economic society in total. The very first one, and you can read about them in your chapter for sure, but some people still give me questions like, what the heck does structural even mean? So let's go from the top, and I have them listed here, and I'm not sure if you can see them clearly or not on the board, so I'm just going to cover them for you regardless. So the very first one is frictional. And this is probably the hardest one to kind of gather what it really means from our textbook, but all frictional really means is that we have people out here that have an education, right? You guys are all educated, and by the time you finish your degrees, you're going to have a business degree. Now, matching up with that perfect job is what we call frictional unemployment. Meaning if you are unemployed because you've got the skills needed for a particular job, but the particular job just hasn't found you, and you haven't found that job yet, that's what we call frictional. These are things like Indeed, where you go and apply for a job and you see all the different job listings. The employer's out there looking for the correct employee. You may be the correct employee, but you're out there looking for the job, and it just hasn't happened yet. There is somebody qualified for that job, and there is the perfect job, but those two things just haven't married up yet. So it's really matching workers with the correct jobs, people that are qualified for those positions. Second, what we have is what we call structural unemployment. And this, I like to think of, there's a lot of examples in your textbook, but I like to think of it as your technical unemployment. Meaning, structural unemployment is when entire markets or industries are completely wiped out by technology. Again, I like to show technology as my example here. Think about your cell phones. Your cell phones all contain a lot of apps and a lot of things on your cell phone that have completely erased entire industries. Can you think of any of them? I'll give you a hint. One is what I'm using right now. I am using the video option on my telephone, my cell phone, whereas before 10, 15 years ago, if I wanted to videotape something, I needed to go out and get a camera recorder and actually videotape it. If I wanted to take pictures with my camera, I actually had to go out and buy a camera. I had to then get those pictures developed. We have replaced entire industries with the technology we have today. So those are two examples of that. But structural means basically the tech has replaced. So if the technology has completely wiped out this industry, then the problem here is that we have new jobs with people not being qualified for them. If somebody is a camera technician and we have completely wiped out that industry, we need to educate them and get them up to par with new technology and with the things that have replaced that. So that's what we mean by structural unemployment. Cyclical is inherently meaning per cycle, which means those are your construction crews, your road crews, the people out there during the summertime wearing the vest, things like that, that are routinely laid off. There are some industries even here, like manufacturing, that will have periods of time or quarters in their business that they are inherently slow in, like January, February, March, their first quarter, they are really slow with production. So they'll lay people off for a few months and bring them back. And that happens every year. But again, these are things like construction crews, road crews, anybody kind of doing seasonal work. It's also called seasonal unemployment, but for our intents and purposes, we call it cyclical. So again, 3, I'm going to keep this video short, so I'm going to wrap it up, I promise. Frictional, structural, and cyclical. The 3 that we need to learn. So I will see you in the next video. Bye, guys. I hope you're staying safe, and talk to you soon. Bye.